So here's the thing. And I don't know if I've ever come at a specific influencer before. But Luvvie, this ain't it. This ain't it. I don't even have all my words. And before I get started, I'm smaller content creator than you. I got a beard. I don't have as much money as you. I don't have as big of a following as you. Who the fuck am I? Let's Eminem this in the rap battle that Eminem did, and so famously, where he beat the man to the punch. Let's beat you to the punch. You made a post critiquing Brandy's comms team, saying in your follow-up video, no one would decipher empathy from that. Speak for yourself. You didn't decipher empathy from Brandy's statement. And so my challenge is, if you feel that Brandy's comms team did such a bad job in that communications, draft what you think they should have said and post it to your social media. Let us see what you feel. Because the moment I read Brandy's statement on your page, I immediately deciphered empathy. Now, here's my thing. Less about Luvvie, more in general. Brandy and Monica have been pitted against each other since we was young. Since they were singing around the time we were teenagers. Brandy's statement gave Brandy. If I'm not even on Monica, but Brandy is stereotypically pegged as the aloof, more innocent of the two. You could tell she had a 2-parent household. I don't know if that's even true, but when we peg Monica and Brandy against each other, that's the stereotype. Monica is the one that's rough around the edges, and Brandy is the innocent one. Brandy's statement gave innocent. I don't see where you didn't garner empathy. I am so confused about your critique about it. It just feels out of left field. It feels void of empathy. I want you to post to your page what you feel the communication should have been. Give us an example. Since you are critiquing the comms release, draft it up, post it to your social media so you could see what they should have said. Because I firmly feel like you bugging. And I feel like this is the thing. By and large, we want black women to suffer. We wanted Brandy to hit the floor. Not we. We as in y'all, you. Because you say I'm scrambling to see what had happened. Why did anything need to happen? We don't get to live in a world where we say trust black women, rest black women, etc. Choose yourself before you collapse black women. And then when a black woman chooses herself before she hits the ground, we got shit to say. Y'all wanted to see Brandy suffer. This is not rocket science. It's hellacious coming from a black woman. But we also don't have enough conversations about the distinct difference between black Americans and African immigrants. And it's something that people don't want to talk about. Even if you were African immigrant born in the United States, even if you were first generation, and we know Luvvie is Nigerian. And that Nigerianness, that Africanness, that non-black Americanness, that shit be coming up out of Luvvie way more times than we want to admit. Luvvie, you often put your foot in your mouth to then turn around and marry a man last name Jones who went to Morehouse. So this proximity to black Americanness thing is not lost on me either. You didn't marry a Nigerian nigga. You married a black American man, which gives you false proximity to black Americanness, but you continue to put your foot in your mouth. What did you want Brandy to say? What would have been a better comms response? It is similar to how we don't want free black people. We don't want black people who actually practically choose to live the realities of rest and choosing ourselves before we collapse. Because y'all would rather see Brandy have hit the floor. Y'all would rather it be a headline, Brandy Norwood collapses at Chicago concert. That's the comms you want to fucking see. And as a Black American, I'm actually kind of tired of the bullshit. And I'm tired of us not talking about the difference between Black Americans and first generation African immigrants. Because, whoa, can't talk about truth. And it reminds me of the fact that we actually want to see Black women suffer. That is why you were looking around to see what had happened. Nothing fucking happened. Brandy chose Brandy before Brandy hit the floor. Monica was confused. So it wasn't a pre-negotiated, I gotcha. I am just so bewildered by the critique. It reminds me of the Smith kids. Yes, there are some things that don't track here, but the way in which people clown them Smith kids for being weird and free and borderline obnoxious at times, making it all because they was rich. You want to be rich. Hopefully you want your kids to be free, but when we get models of remote liberation in front of our faces, we ask for suffering. You're asking for Brandy to have had a collapse, a physical collapse, in order for you to see why she deserved to walk off stage in the moment. If we say that when we are up under these systems of oppression, Black women don't always feel their bodies in real time. They don't always know what they feeling until the moment they wake up in the ER. You don't have grace for understanding of how Brandy may have just then been like, oh shit, I have pushed myself too far. Brandy is from the 80s and the 90s. She is not one of these, like my friend and neighbor Giselle said, Brandy is not one of these newly minted artists. Brandy is trained by Whitney Houston and the likes of the greats. Speaking of Whitney Houston, that's why Whitney Houston in the grave, for this same type of concept. She pushed herself through sexuality. She pushed herself through tiredness. She pushed herself through marrying a man. She pushed herself through pretending she wasn't in love with Robin Crawford. She pushed herself straight to crack. And we still to this day, even after Whitney is in the ground, still reposting memes where she looks a fucking mess, saying crazy ass shit, because we need Black women to suffer in order to validate their communications release. Release the statement you think should have been made. Release it so that we can all critique your critique of what you think Brandy's communications should have said. Brandy's communications very much so gives Brandy. It gives honest. It gives technical plus I'm feeling burnt out. It gives Brandy. But y'all never like the innocent girl. Y'all don't like innocent Black women as adults. Y'all don't like Black women who maintain their innocence as adults. Y'all don't like weird and quirky Black women. Y'all like the suffering, downtrodden Black women. You wanted to see Brandy flat out prostrate on the ground, them trying to find a pulse in order for it to validate why Brandy couldn't finish the concert. That's what you wanted. And again, you don't know me. I'm less of an influencer than you. I'm a bald-head scallywag who ain't got no hair in the back. I'm a bearded girl. I'm all of those things. But I do have something to say because you is fucking wildin'. You wildin'. And you often wild. Like, that's the thing. You periodically wild the fuck out. And then you stand 10 toes down and release another video. You release a video in response to the pushback that you're getting. We don't have to agree to disagree on shit like this. Because you also probably are filmed saying, trust Black women, rest Black women. We need to put ourselves first, Black women. But when it practically happens, because we are wedded to theory in this world, you are critiquing her communications release. Less than 14 hours. Brandy ain't had to release shit. That wasn't even 24 hours. That girl gave y'all an immediate response on why she couldn't uphold. We are talking about the vocal Bible. We're not talking about no little Nicolani corner store singer here. What did you want from Brandy? So for the umpteenth time, I want you to draft a communication statement that you think Brandy should have released, and I want you to post it to your social media. That's what I want. And that's all I got to say, because you're wilding the fuck out. This is insane. This is madness. It is madness. And people don't want to talk about the madness because they don't want to address the shit. But you wild out periodically and put your foot in your mouth. You have a history of it. You have a history of it.